remember halfway during the show, and then it'll be sad.
Not a worry. There's no worries in my head about any of that. Oh, I'm just going to massage my ribs here. Did a little workout today, and they're sore now.
A little rib massage.
Oh, that's good. That's the tender meats. Okay. All right, here we go. I think we're ready to go. I'm going to begin it now, and it is recording, and that's good because you need that. Yeah. And here we go. Whoops. Zoom in. There we go, buddy. You got terrible eyes. Got to remember, you have bad eyes. Oh, where are my gunners? Oh.
Oh, no.
I can't find my gun. Oh, they're there. Oh, where are the gunners?
Old man Johnson can't find his gunners.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, fix my video, would you?
That's really weird. It was fixed, but it's
It was. At first I was small.
It's dynamically
Now I'm not even there at all. I'm invisible.
It's making me go up there, and it shouldn't.
Your gunners are around your neck, you fool. They're on the top of your head.
Wait, make this group video call. It's free. No.
Oh, I hate the new Skype.
Yeah, what?
And they've made it so you can't go back to an old version.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
Yeah.
But why can't I, hold on, normal view, okay. It's dynamically changing our cameras around, and I don't want that.
Oh.
How do I change that? Remove. Yeah, I can't change that.
Oh, all right, well.
I'll figure it out maybe during a song. I'll play with it. We'll figure it out.
Sure.
All right, let's record. Here we go, everybody.
I'm trapped in this small space.
That's super lame. I don't know why it's sort of doing this stupid new Skype. Jeez. The codec sounds good, though. I'll give it that. All right, here we go. It begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, Scott found something Brian has to have in his life.
Happy New Year's, suckers.
Don't wait that long to remove that car part.
Back to the Future 2 had it all wrong.
Movies are down.
Razzies are up.
Major spoilers.
V for video games.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
My folks make sure I get a good breakfast. You know, plenty of fiber and all that stuff. Also, they buy me nice school clothes. They got me a computer, a video camera, a compact disc player. But the problem is, hardly any of this stuff can really help me with my schoolwork.
There is something you could have which would help you a lot. Do you know what that is?
No, but I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
Yes. It's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you tell me. I've got a report due tomorrow.
On what?
On the exploration of space.
Take a look at this.
Bye-bye. Thank you. You have a good day.
The morning stream. 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 The morning stream.
Burn in hell, you little green bastard. This is The Morning Stream.
The morning stream. The morning stream. The morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to The Morning Stream. You know, were we that obnoxious in high school when we wanted our Britannica?
I remember
thing?
that irritating little a-hole.
He's the worst.
Those
kid.
Britannica commercials, long hair, long blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like not long, but like, you know.
Mullet hair. Yeah.
Mullet hair.
Sure.
Glasses.
Yeah.
White background, irritating little SOB.
Letterman jacket, which is totally like they just crammed every high school stereotype.
Let's make him look like he came out of Riverdale High.
That's basically it. It's super obnoxious. It sucks. It's not good. Yeah. Don't watch that ad. All right. Hey, good morning and welcome to The Morning Stream, everybody. It's Monday, our first full week on the new time schedule.
Our first day, too, of the new year.
Yeah, first day of the new year. I hope everybody had a safe and fruitful New Year's holiday and all that stuff. Kids went back to school today. I guess Tristan went back, yeah?
No, he goes back Wednesday.
Oh, gosh. How lucky is he then?
He's upstairs sleeping and probably will be until 1.
Bastard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my kids did a lot of that kind of sleeping over the weekend and over the holiday in general. And it was last night they still sort of wanted to be that thing and stay up too late. And I'm like, no, tomorrow, is the day. Also, how's your homework? How's your pile of stuff you're supposed to do while you're, on your Christmas vacation? Oh, yeah, I got a report in here.
They really think there's this magical thing that they develop as kids that allows them to stay up late, get up early on their own,
Yeah.
and be functional for the.
It's obnoxious, Brian.
It really is.
I'm
'Cause
putting-
it never works.
I'm putting in for a new set of children. We're gonna get a new pair.
Children 2.0.
So I will tell you though what we did, and I'm excited to tell you about this because it has something specifically to do with you, as it turns out.
Yeah.
Last night we had Taylor and Dylan were over for dinner, and it was everybody, the whole family, the whole family hanging out and having fun and eating dinner and whatever. We had it was kind of last minute because we found out they weren't going to his parents, and so Kim whipped together something fast, and we just had this great spaghetti dinner, and it was just fun. And anyway, good to see everybody. And I thought, hey, a bunch of friends have recommended as a great party game this collection on the PlayStation 4 called the Jackbox Collection, which I didn't know anything about what it was.
Is there a guy shooting up heroin in the bathroom of that collection?
No, but you're not wrong to have that come to your mind because it did to mine as well. Listen to last episode, everybody, if you don't know what we're talking about. It's okay, so the you don't know Jack series. Yeah,
Very familiar with that.
Yeah.
I was one of the I'm sure very few people who are a beta tester. I have old discs like
oh my gosh, you beta
white
tested
label
that?
discs somewhere from Jellyvision back when they were
like late 90s era stuff. Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, early versions of this with Cookie. All right, well now we're going to do this question.
Cookie Masterson, that guy is a genius. All right,
He is.
so you've had you've noticed, you've seen it, you've been there, you've been in
I've
deep,
been there.
you've
I've
gone in
played
deep.
my share of You Don't Know Jack.
Okay, well, they have this new collection out called the Jackbox, which I didn't know much about, except that it was You Don't Know Jack 2015 edition, plus like 4 or 5 other board games games, whatever they are. I didn't know what they were, but they're all included in this collection that's $24. That seemed like a pretty good deal to me, since You Don't Know Jack usually on its own is about that price. So I thought, well, what are the reviews like? And they're through the roof. Like, people love this thing. Here's what I didn't know. You don't play with a controller. You play with your phones and your tablets, regardless of
really?
make or model. Yeah.
So you don't need to run out and buy a second or third DualShock. You can use
No, in fact, you can have a room in one of the game's cases of 100 people. This one
Holy
game
poop.
this one game lets you play up to 100 people, but most of them, like, it's 8 or 6 or something like that. But the ones that are 8, you can have 8 people in the room. All they have to have is some kind of touch device. And it doesn't matter what, because all you're doing is going to a web page on the built-in browser on your phone or your tablet, Android, iOS, Windows Phone, doesn't matter.
right.
You go to this thing, and it gives you a room number, or on screen, like all of the games give you a room number, or like a little 4-digit number that you
Sure.
need to enter on your phone. You put that in, put whatever name you want to be, you're in. Now, all of the buzz in, ring in, whatever, like in the case of You Don't Know Jack, where it's kind of a buzz in kind of game show type thing, those buttons are all represented on the screen now, so that you're all using your phone to do those normal functions.
That's brilliant. That's awesome.
Now, here's the thing. Here's where, so already You Don't Know Jack 2015 with that environment, totally fun, totally cool, something Brian should be playing. If that's all this was, I'd recommend it for you, because you're
Right.
trivia man. Trivia
And
man.
Trivia Man.
So here's what really put it over the edge. You have to get this, because you and your weird neighbors and whoever else you want have to be doing this. There's 2 other games included. One is called Drawful, like awful but draw in front.
Okay.
Got the same kind of snarky attitude, but it's basically a big twist on Pictionary. But you're all
cool.
using
You
your
draw on your
phones.
tablet.
Yeah, you're drawing on your
Brilliant.
phone or your tablet, and and it doesn't let you cheat and have a huge canvas if you're on a tablet versus the phone. It makes everyone have the same canvas. It's awesome. And you create your own avatar. So I drew a butt, of course.
Of course.
It's super snarky and funny and great sound effects and all that. The style of that whole game is amazing. But the twist is, it sends the word to your phone in real time.
Oh, smart.
And you see
right,
it and you
yeah.
go, all right, I'm going to draw that. Okay, boop. Now it puts up somebody's thing. We all type in guesses. You can like other guesses that people have done, because at the end there's a winner, and then there's also the person who got the most likes during the round.
Oh, really?
So
Dude, this is brilliant.
much fun. I've never heard my wife laugh so hard. I've never heard the kids laugh so hard. I've never maybe had that much fun around the couch with my family before.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay,
I'm
so
all
that,
over this. This sounds fantastic.
so that
Okay.
would be enough. I feel like a sales guy.
Now, how much would you pay?
Yeah, how much would you pay? $19.99. Call 1-800 whatever, right? Then we open up the third game, which we tried, which was called Fibbage. Fibbage. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the drawing one, except you're writing down lies. And there's a game similar to this, and I can't remember the name of it, but up will come a sentence. Like you'll pick somebody will be in charge of picking a category. They choose it on their phone. It's all very cool the way it represents it on the screen, on the big TV, right? This is all happening in real time, by the way. It's like it feels right. Like you don't feel like you're suddenly the novelty of, oh, I'm connecting via browser on my phone to a server, and then that's coming back somehow to my console. Like you forget about it all because it works. It just freaking works.
How on the buzzer games, like how responsive is it when you hit that thing on your phone?
That tiny bit of lag, but not much, and everyone's subjected to the same lag. So if you're first, you're still first. You know what I'm saying? Because you're on the same, phone networks or Wi-Fi or whatever.
Sure.
We did test it between Wi-Fi and cellular, and it was the same. So I have a feeling that they're filtering the speed. So if someone's coming in a little quicker than someone else based on connection, I think it evens it out. So they're both hitting at the same rate or something.
Right.
It's hard to tell. But it doesn't, since none of them are so much time-based anyway, except some of the you don't jack stuff, it's really not a problem.
It's not important. Yeah, sure, for the drawing or for the lying one.
Yeah, I mean, Carter and I were on the same Wi-Fi network, and she was beating me to the punch every time there was the...
And Balderdash is the game that people are saying is the board game. Yeah,
that's right. That's the one. So in that one, you write, a lie. So you'll pick a category. Let's say it's Eddie Murphy, and the question is, Eddie Murphy made a song called whatever blank, and then we all put a lie in. If we get it right, because we want to try to guess what it is, we want the right thing, right? Then you have to put another lie in, and nobody knows this. It's just happening on your phone. You put in the other lie, and then it comes up, and everybody's got to vote, and they get points, and it doubles after the first round, and all the stuff you expect from a board game like that.
Right.
That one is the one where I went, Brian will combine his loves of trivia and lying into a cacophony of amazingness and have his weird neighbors over and then film this and then entertain the world. Like, it is really fun.
Right here.
Really fun.
Huh.
I cannot recommend this experience enough. And it was the trivia stuff in there is so the kind of thing I see you do. Like, when you're at that Austin thing or whatever and you tell me some of the questions they throw at you, that's what I felt like I was getting thrown at us. It was hard.
Okay, cool.
And
this sounds
complicated and also like weird. You do this during All-Stars a lot where you'll mix I don't even know what you call this, where you mix like a question but it's modified by another historical event. It's like, if Julie lived in 1700 and wanted to take a selfie, what was her best way of doing that? That kind of weird stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in there. I think you guys would love it.
Man, I wish we would have had this for New Year's Eve, because we did have a house full of people.
Would have been perfect. Yeah.
It would have been perfect.
And
Well, we ended up playing Rock Band, which I hadn't played for a couple of years.
Fun to get back in there, isn't it?
It really is, and it's funny how quickly I'm the drummer guy, but mostly I do vocals a lot, but nobody else really likes to do the drums, so I've become the Ringo of the house.
Of course you have. Yeah.
And
I've seen you on Thomas the Tank Engine. You did a great job.
have you? Peace and love, peace and love. But it's funny how quickly it's like riding a bike. You just get right back into those blue, green, yellow.
Yeah, right.
Oh, bloop, bloop, doop, 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 doop,
Yep.
doop,
You're
doop,
in and
doop.
you're in. It's good. That stuff is great. Nothing like a good party game. And if you had a ton of people in the house, then that other game, and I think it's called Lie Swatter, where they present you either a lie or a truth. And again, it's all like historical trivia, modern pop trivia, whatever. Right. And up to 100 people can play that game in the same room.
Now, any idea, is this like multiplayer? Could you and I play across?
There is no online multiplayer, which is a little bit odd. Maybe they'll put it in, I don't know. But right now there's not. I guess they want the focus to truly be like, here's a room full of
in-house party game. Yeah, which is really the way it should be. What we did end up playing actually was big thanks again to Dan the Board Game Man. We played that Telestrations.
Oh, how'd that go?
Fantastic. So just a quick recap. This is the game where you play as a big group. Everybody has a pad, a little dry erase pad with multiple pages in it. Everybody gets a word. They draw that word. Then they close the pad. They pass it to the next person. The next person looks at the drawing and writes down what they think it is. And they close it up again.
Nice.
Then the next person, they pass it on to the next person. The next person looks at just that word and then does a drawing. So it's kind of like the telephone game with alternating drawing.
Right. That's why that sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, and it's so damn funny. There's really, there's really no winner loser kind of thing. There's apparently some way to do points on this, but it was so funny to go back and look at the evolution of the drawings and the words and how they got to where they were.
That's awesome. I
Really,
still need
really
to try it. I have not. I meant to do that over New Year's and we didn't. But
Yeah, I would love, a bunch of snapshots of what you and Carter come up with for illustrations for that game. I think would be hilarious.
It sounds like Nerdtacular Table to me. So
Oh, it does. I'll be bringing it.
yeah, we'll make that happen. So you saw. So once again, I just cannot emphasize this enough. Brian must own the Jackbox collection.
Gonna buy it today.
If you don't, you're a crazy person. All right. You saw Nightcrawler and Birdman. How are the superhero hits of the year?
Oh man, boy, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just expanding at an alarming rate. But
I didn't even know they owned the Birdman franchise. That's amazing.
Birdman. Okay, so Birdman, really quick. This is the Michael Keaton thing, and it's in every single interview they say, well, how true is this to your life? Because you were in Batman and you left it to pursue other interests and blah blah blah. And basically, the character that Michael Keaton plays in Birdman has a similar situation. He was in a successful comic book franchise, left it to kind of pursue his own interests. And this is a what's really cool about this is this movie takes place over the course of like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And it's not a spoiler for me to say because it's been in every single review. This is not, this is something that knowing going in is kind of cool. It's done single shot.
Oh.
So
All right.
the camera follows people around. It's almost like a Sorkin TV show. The camera follows people around and then they go zoo over to this conversation. It wraps around this hallway and you see what's going on over here. And really, really good, but definitely not what I was expecting. And I won't say anything more than that.
Okay. I hear this a lot. What you just said sounds like the common theme around Birdman is that it's not what you think it is.
Yes. I can see it being nominated as, if they do another 9 or 10 Best Picture nominees for the Academy Awards, I could see this being one of them.
All right.
The other thing we saw was Nightcrawler. Went and saw that Friday night.
Oh, it's a blue man that zips around the White House. Got it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bamf and all that. Mein Freund. So yeah, this is about this is Jake Gyllenhaal. I can't remember.
Oh, I haven't seen him since he was blown up in the second Batman movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
He plays probably the creepiest character I can remember since like Matt Damon in The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh wow.
Like that kind of creepy, like, ooh, okay, I would not want to hang around a dude like this because chances are, if you get sucked into his world, you're gonna get screwed. But he's awesome in it. Jake Gyllen or Gillen.
Is it
whatever.
Gyllenhaal? I don't even know.
I can't remember. Jake G.
JG. Oh, JG. Yo, JG. Got it. Yeah.
Really, really good. Renee Russo's in it. She's playing a very different character than she normally plays.
Wait a minute. Tony Soprano's psychiatrist.
No.
Who am I thinking
Renee
of?
Russo, Lethal Weapon 3, I think.
Oh.
Mel Gibson's girlfriend starting in Lethal Weapon 3 or 4. The older actress, Thomas Crown Affair.
Oh, right. Tall, long, lanky, horse-faced lady. Got it.
Oh,
well,
no.
not in a bad way. I just mean kind of a...
horse-faced in a good way.
I guess what I was... Yeah, I shouldn't say that. But it's... I know. Yes. A lovely woman. She's 60 and amazing looking still.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. Now I know the one.
Tin Cup. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, when people are saying it is Gyllenhaal. Anyway,
is it Gyllenhaal? All right, fine.
So basically, he plays a character who is one of these independent freelance crime scene photographers. So, you know how when you're watching the news, sometimes instead of it being the news's cameras that are showing you the action, they'll say, we got this footage from such and such business who are on the scene.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like he basically plays a freelancer who does that. Oh yeah, Bill Paxton's in it. He's awesome.
Oh, I love Bill Paxton.
God, he's yeah. So of the two, I would actually recommend Nightcrawler over Birdman.
Interesting.
And
dark business though, right? Dark.
Really dark business and a really, really dark movie.
Yeah.
one of those movies where you kind of have this uneasy feeling when you're done watching it, like, oh,
yeah, and literally dark, right? Like it's filmed
Well, it's all
dark.
nighttime,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
all night. Yeah, is it all done in one night?
no. This takes place over the course of probably a few weeks.
So no gimmicky deal there.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. 2 recommendations, everybody. Think of it as
Yes.
recommendals. Recommende. That's pretty
Recommende.
good. Oh, Nicole, we might have to change your day. That's pretty good. All right. Well, good deal. Let's call Daryl because I don't even know if he's there, but we're going to try to see if we can find out. Let's see. D-A. Whoop. D-A-R-R. Oh, it says he's not online.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's try it out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't have any food ready. I mean, I've got boxes of food behind me, but I don't know what we're
I don't know what we're doing.
might dig into them.
I don't even know what day it is. Call failed. That ain't good. Hold on here. Hey, Daryl, turn Skype on, you dingleberry. Because that's what's happening here. Daryl has not turned Skype on.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, Skype. Turn your little make a call icon from green to blue so it completely confuses me.
Exactly.
What are these guys doing, man?
Let's just change it for the sake of changing it.
You know, we're Microsoft. We've got the wherewithal to get it done. Let's just get it done. All right, well, I'm going to text Daryl then.
I've gone from small window
To no window, basically.
to like, let's see, wait, that's the only thing I can stand on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. I'm going to fix all this, folks. Don't worry.
That's fine.
This
I'm
will
just-
all be fixed. All right, add people to the call. Let's try it again. Oh, geez. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pause. Because why not?
Sure.
And then I'll call him back after because, it never hurts to pause the show and,
Oh,
shit.
here we go. He says, use the number that I gave you last week.
What? The number he gave me? He can
Call
give me
the
any
new Skype-
number.
He says, call the new Skype number that I gave you last week.
He didn't give me a new Skype number. Hold on.
Oh, he just put in text.
Oh, well, this
You
is
see that?
nice to know. How am I supposed to know? All right, hold on. Why did you change your Skype number, Daryl, you dingleberry? Hold on. He did not tell me about this. Add contact. Add. This sucks. Not only that, but I got to figure out. Okay. Okay, this one. I guess this is it. Okay. Add the group call. All right, let's see how this goes.
All right.
This is the worst. This really is the worst. All right, hold on. Put that over there.
1877 cars for
Still,
kids.
call failed. It's the new number. Well, what's the point in that? Oh, Daryl. Really? You had to change this all today. Hold on. If this doesn't go through, I don't know what to tell you. It's just... Okay, that's the new one. Yeah, the old one shows as offline. The new one shows as away, and he's not picking it up.
Oh, Daryl.
Call failed. Fail. That's what that is. That's a big fail. Oh, Daryl, man. Yeah, I know. I added it, and you're not picking it up. I'm yelling at the Skype or at the text thing here. Added you. You still no pickup. Shows as away. Hey, don't worry, people at home. Well, they won't know anyway because I'm going to edit this. Oh,
Yay,
hello. There he is.
working.
Jeez, Louises. Okay, hold on. I got to hit recording. Okay, we're recording again. Don't worry. Everything's fine, everybody. Everything's fine. The fastest Strumpatech nerd in history is brought to you by...
Looking for that perfect addition to your board game? Head on over to fantasycoinhq.com while supplies last. Yeah, we're still around and now we actually have everything in stock. So head on over and check it out. That's fantasycoinhq.com. TMS.com.
Sounds good. Oh, he put a little furt into the end, didn't
A
he?
little furt in the end.
Yeah, I like a little furt in the end.
Ooh, well, that's the best place for a furt.
Well, that's what they tell you. Daryl, are you there? You are. You're here.
Yes, I am here.
You never gave us this number, you crack smoker. When did you send this thing?
I did.
Was it an email?
I don't remember. It must have been.
Well, all right, let's take a look.
Or a text. I don't know.
Let's see here. Yeah, nothing in the text. Nothing in the emails. I'm just checking. Oh, I got a Veronica Belmont thing. All right, cool. We'll talk about that today. Oh, that's great. That'll be a good thing to talk about. Okay. Oh, cool. Ooh, PlayStation Now offers subscription service available January 13th. PlayStation Now subscription. All right, that's our topic. We have a topic. All right, Daryl, hi. Welcome to the fastest Stump a Trek nerd you'll have ever been a part of. Let's start it off by playing a clip, all right, or a thing. What's it called? A mashup. Here's a mashup from Iceworm, and enjoy. Here you go. I don't know what it is.
You're rubbing my chode. Picard's homies. You keep saying homie G's and all kinds of street talk here, Mike. What are you doing, man? Pori is Picard's homie, and he rigs the table. He said homie again.
I know.
Bent wiener looking one.
Giant flag, giant flag. Why is there a giant flag, giant flag?
Amazing pork sausage.
Sausage.
Oh, did you like it?
Mine has a little hole in the bottom so I can actually see what's up in there.
The small one comes out of the big one. Just lift it up by the back.
You're gross, DB09. Anyway.
What did DB09 say?
Said I'm gross. I'm explaining why it is the way it is. The rest of the house is spotless and totally clutter-free.
What a random mishmash that was. But hey, there it is. All right, Daryl looking at flags. Always a good time. Daryl, what episode does this clip come from in the Next Generation episode of the thing, the Star Trek? Ready? Here you go.
Well, it was little better at the physiognomy workshop. Dr. Fassbinder gave an hour-long dissertation on the ionization effect of warp nacelles before he realized that the topic was supposed to be psychology.
Why didn't anybody tell him?
There was no opportunity. There was no pause. He just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic so that no one had a chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic.
Oh, good Lord. I forgot about that. That's the basis for that great song, though, that mashup
Yeah, it is.
somebody
It's
made.
perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that's where it came from.
Weird. All right, Daryl, there's
How
one.
very droll, Captain Picard. How droll.
That really was a hipster meeting of the minds there. All right, there's your clip. You can pretend now, not pretend. You can start deliberating based on these four possible answers: A, the chase; B, imaginary friend; C, timescape; or D, bloodlines. That's the chase, imaginary friend, timescape, or bloodlines. Now, we don't have any food at the moment because I don't have anything handy over here.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. I was gonna say we have
a
got
lot.
3 boxes of stuff that we have.
I have 2 boxes there that are even unopened, but I don't even know what to call those. Like, I feel like we should have prepared for this. Yeah, we'll do this tomorrow.
We'll prepare tomorrow.
Yeah.
So between now and tomorrow, the 3 of us will communicate over the text messaging platform.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that sometimes. Let's get to... Oh, Daryl, you want to do birthdays, though? There's got to be a birthday or two or something.
Yeah, there is.
All right, what do you got?
Ryan Reeb. He's 35 today. He was a digital artist doing remastering for the TOS Season 1 remaster Dealy Bob thing.
Oh, wow. So, wait, he's a behind-the-scenes kind of guy, then?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all right. We celebrate. We don't have to celebrate everyone just in front of the camera. We do it.
Yeah.
What?
What?
He did. Sorry, you were saying he did what?
I don't know. He did. What did he do? Oh, stuff.
All right.
He did stuff.
Congratulations.
For TOS effects.
Yeah.
The new effects that you see when you watch Netflix and see new effects.
Oh,
TOS.
yeah. I love that stuff. They were I would call that CGI redo stuff really faithful to the original. Like if they'd had the tech then to do it, that would have been the look. And
yeah, it would have been exactly that.
Yeah. Well, hats off to that guy, and happy birthday. And I hope he celebrates with those he loves and needs in his life. Daryl,
Did I say he was 35?
You
He's
did.
35.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Wow, he's a little baby.
Yeah, that is young. Wow, that is young. Didn't come to think of it. Well, now that you're back, let's get to your question here. Which of those did you think it was? Was it the chase, the imaginary friend, the timescape, or the bloodlines? None of those had the except the chase in it. I apologize. I put the in front of all of them, and I shouldn't have. The chase, imaginary friend, timescape, bloodlines.
Imaginary friend. Let's see. The chase. No, it's not that, because I think we just did that on This Week in Trek, so it can't be that because I don't remember that.
What was the chase? Remind me what that one was. What was the core of that
they're
story?
looking for some artifact or a bunch of Wait a minute. Was that even TNG?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But they were looking for artifacts that had DNA in them, or they were looking for DNA that had a program that they were going to put all these sections of DNA together.
Oh, that sounds like
it
a
had
slog.
some greater meaning.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't remember that one. Well, anyway. So it ain't the chase.
Of course it was TNG, because Picard was in it.
Oh. Well, yeah.
Anyway. Imaginary friend, I don't know. Bloodlines, that sounds like a stupid Klingon one again.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm going to guess...
You're without honor.
Brian, by the way, I was just going to say, you're required by TMS law to say you were without honor every time Klingon stuff is brought up. So
that is what I feel like my duty is.
Yeah. And I know you're aware of it. I just wanted to make sure the statute is out there. I want you to be mindful of it.
All right.
All right.
If it was my, what am I trying to say? If it was my way, that's not how you say it. Is that how you
If
say
I
it?
had my way.
If I had my way, everything would be Breaking Bad now.
Yeah, you're all into that. What's your deal with that? You're suddenly a Breaking Bad aficionado, and I swear you and I had conversations like a year or two ago where you did not like the show at all. Wasn't that the deal?
I don't think I had watched it. I think I was thinking about what to watch on Netflix, and you said, "Oh, don't watch Breaking Bad. It's too dark. You wouldn't like it."
Did I? Oh, I might
yeah,
have.
I think we did say something like that.
I might
yeah.
have. Maybe I did. That's too bad because I love that show. It's amazing.
Yes, I totally love it. It's the funniest thing ever.
Funniest thing. That's the first, I think that might be the first review I've ever heard for Breaking Bad proclaiming its comedy benefits.
Look, this is a guy who sings a song about a flag being on a building as he drives by it. So listen, that's Daryl for you. No, it is. I think it's darkly funny in a lot of ways. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're totally wrong there. But it's you're season 2. Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much to go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not even to the turtle in the head yet. Spoiler. Sorry.
No, I don't have. No, wait. Yeah, I saw the guy's head on a turtle.
Yeah.
That was the funniest
That was
thing.
season 2.
That was great.
Was that season 2? I thought it was 3.
That was 2.
3 was the twins. And
that was before the twins.
Are you to the twins?
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
I guess
Yeah.
Brian's right. I guess the Danny Trejo bit was in 2. That's weird.
And the ATM one, I just saw that one.
Oh, I love
What?
that one.
I thought that was way later.
I did too, but I think I don't know where your time.
Unless there's more than one.
No, where she drops the ATM on the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's crazy. I thought that was like season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
No.
You were watching him in order, right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's why it's so funny, is because he's watching him out of order.
Yeah, that'd be a hoot, right? Oh man,
Season 2, episode 7.
This one guy got killed, but then suddenly showed up later. I don't know what's happening. All
And
right.
he's ringing the bell.
No, A1
Every
day.
time they get things sorted out and you think everything's back to normal, you know something really bad is going to happen again.
Oh yeah, and that just gets that. Yeah, that
And
becomes.
that's what's so
You've
great
seen
about it.
the wheelchair dude with the bell, right?
No, that's not till.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. That show's early. You're right.
That's season 2.
Yeah, but let's just say
There's
he's
more-
funny too.
yeah. Let's say he's
More
got a few
happens
more.
with the bell
He's
dude.
got a few more miles on those tires on that wheelchair. Let's say that. All right, Daryl, you were deliberating. You were at Timescape or Bloodlines or something.
Yeah, I got off at Timescape, I think.
Meaning that's the one.
Yeah, I think.
All right.
I guess.
Isn't that terrible movie? What am I thinking of?
Timescape. There was a terrible movie called Timescape, I think.
Timescape or Timeline? Is it Timeline that we didn't like? With
Or was it Time Cop?
Paul Walker and yeah, it's the bad Michael Crichton movie. Yeah, Timeline. That's it.
Timeline. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a 1992 film called Timescape that, let's see, Jeff Daniels starred in.
Oh, I don't remember that. Sounds
Wow,
like
this looks
sackable.
like it's right up our alley.
Yeah,
honestly.
sackable to me.
Yep.
I might be mixing Dreamscape and Timeline together, which is not a good idea. Daryl, let's find out if you're right. Is it Timescape? Whoop, timescape.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
Well, that is good news. You got it right. Some of the members of the crew are coming back from a conference during the shuttle. They try to discover various time distortions. In one scene, Picard ratches for some...
Reaches
is what he probably meant, for something on the table, and his hands age rapidly. Remember that? I do.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Congratulations. You've done it. Daryl's the Trek Nerd on Twitter. He's also at This Week in Trek, thisweekintrek.com, and the Grumpy Cast. And Daryl will now share with us a game of his own.
Let the record show I am perfect for the year. This year, I've had no questions wrong.
No, you are. That's true for 2015. Perfect year for everything except Skype names. All right, go ahead.
Star Trek herb or actual herb?
Here's your theme. All right. Go.
Orris root.
Orris
root.
Orris root.
That sounds Star Trekky to me.
Yeah, because who would name something an Orris root?
Unless it was named after Larry Orris or something like that.
Yeah, Larry Orris.
Yeah.
Had to have the herb named after him that day.
I'm not going to make the obvious joke there, Tadpole.
Yeah, he knows where to.
There's a first name I could use that I'm not going to use.
Yeah, he knows where to draw the line. All right, Daryl, we're going to say Star Trek. I agree with Brian.
Let's see. The orris root is a component in many perfumes. It's a real herb.
Damn it!
Really?
Well, then, F that, and let's move on. All right?
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It is the news, and it's brought to you by no one.
No one and nothing.
Nothing. By the way, if you want to sponsor a segment on the show, we don't usually advertise this much, but if you want to, you can. It's just found over there on the website at frogpants.com/TMS. There's a link up top that asks if you want to sponsor a segment. It's cheap, it's easy, and we'll talk about whatever little short thing you want to talk about, okay? All right. Brian, let's get to the news here.
Sounds good. Hey, I'm big again.
Yeah, I don't know how that changed.
I made a wish in a Zoltar machine. It worked.
Hey, I did that in Vegas. Not Zoltar. Is it Zoltan?
Zoltan. Yeah, Zoltan.
I forget. Whichever one they ripped off for big.
Sure.
They had one there at the memorabilia store inside of the freaking Caesar's Palace there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And another
forum
thing,
shops.
Yeah, and we did it, and it didn't do anything. The guy just went, "Oh, you want to know your future? Try better next time," or whatever.
You didn't get a little card?
We did, but it was all bull crap. I don't remember what he even said. Less information than a common fortune cookie. But we did go back in the corner. So this is what's funny. So that's a big, expansive place with all of these memorabilia things signed by real people worth,
That's one of the spots that Pete Rose goes quite often.
I'll bet.
He's in one of those.
$5-6 grand a piece, for like, I don't know, Eddie Vedder's guitar signed or an album signed by...
The entire cast of Cheers.
Yes. Even new stuff, like the entire cast of like Breaking Bad, all signed by everyone, worth like $8 grand or something.
Yep.
The most expensive thing in there is $180,000, and it was all of the people who signed the Declaration of Independence, all of their signatures taken off of letters and other things, like not taken off the Declaration of Independence, obviously, but taken off other notes and things. And this thing was worth $180 grand. Seems like it should be worth more than that, but
that's crazy. Yeah, because some of those signatures you'll never be able to get again.
Nope. Some of them they'll never sign another thing. It's true. But also you got to think they signed limited things back then overall, and that stuff degrades over time. So how many of those letters from Sir Walter Bigglesworth from Pennsylvania were actually, that are just
dissolved over time,
destroyed? Yeah, they're part of the ecosystem.
Mr. Washington, could you sign this piece of acid-free paper? I'm going to put it in a plastic baggie.
Nobody's thinking of that back then, right?
No, of course not.
Well, I go in the very corner where it's almost becoming kind of warehousey, and there's like the office and like a bathroom back there.
Right.
And wedged way back in the wall, hidden by other things that are in front of it, but hanging on the wall nonetheless, is this small Penn State signed by not the dude that molested the kids, but the coach who kind of hit it all. What's his name? Who died?
Jerry.
Not Jerry Sandusky. The other dude.
The other guy.
Yeah, the one that was the one they had a statue of, and everyone worshipped, and now everyone's like disappointed.
Oh shoot! Yeah,
can't think of his name. Anyway. It was wedged in the corner, and it was worth like $200. So
free with any purchase.
Yeah.
Joe Paterno.
Joe Paterno. There it is. All right. Arthur Lampett. Sounds like a Harry Potter character.
Please tell me there's a Lanther armpit somewhere out there.
I wish. In an alternate universe. It's the only difference between our universe and theirs. That guy's name is Arthur Armpit. Has a 7-inch car part in his body and has now finally had it removed from his arm 51 years after the wreck that put it there.
Oh, geez.
51 years ago, Arthur Lampett of Granite City, Illinois, smashed his 1963 Thunderbird into a truck. This week during surgery in suburban St. Louis, a 7-inch turn signal lever from that T-Bird was removed from his arm finally.
Wow.
45-minute operation. He's 75 now, by the way.
Uh-huh.
It seems like this would be a problem. Like you'd have other issues, but
right, yeah. 7-inch turn signal lever for 51 years stuck in your arm. Is like, was medical technology not able to remove it back then?
Yeah. Well, it says here that he broke his hip and that the doctors focused on his hip and kind of forgot about the arm. Or at least took the attention away from the arm, and he's just like, whatever. Anyway, so a decade ago.
Doctors are very easily distracted.
I know, right? Hey, forget that he's got a huge shard of metal in his arm. Let's focus on his hip there. Right. A decade or so ago, his arm set off a metal detector in a courthouse. An X-ray showed a slender object the length of a pencil, but since it caused no pain or hardship, he was told to let it be. He was moving concrete blocks a few weeks ago, and the arm began to hurt for the first time. Everything was fine, and then it started to get bigger. The arm started bulging. That's not good.
Wow.
So they took it out. His wife, Betty, made him do it. He's probably one of those guys from that generation. I'm fine. Not going to some damn doctor.
I don't need to go to the doctor.
They're all quacks anyway.
I'm 7 years old. Let me move some concrete blocks.
Get out of my way, Betty. I'm moving blocks.
I'm gonna be out in the backyard moving concrete blocks, Betty.
At the age of 75. What are you doing? Where are you moving those concrete blocks? That is so generational sounding, doesn't it?
It totally is.
All right, this lady's going to say something. I don't know if
Finally
this...
tonight, a look back at a movie that made some bold predictions about 2015. It turns out Back to the Future 2 in some ways wasn't too far off the mark.
Okay, anyway, we're not going to let her finish, but she talks about how Back to the Future got a couple of predictions, but mostly got it wrong. And the reason we bring this up is Back to the Future 2 was set in the year 2015.
Right, but not until October.
No, not until October. That's a good point.
Still got some time for shoes that automatically inflate, vests that automatically dry themselves, and hoverboards.
Well, the internet ain't got no time to wait till October, I can tell you that.
No, my gosh, no. So, January 1st, ding, Back to the Future sucks. It's wrong.
That's exactly right. Says here, when Marty McFly was sent 30 years into the future as part of the plot in Back to the Future Part 2, he arrived at a time where there were hoverboards zipping around, people wore self-lacing shoes, and flying cars were the norm. That year, 2015, that's right. So it got a lot of things wrong, but there's some things it got right. Here's a few things it got right. Flat screen televisions, Skype-like communication, and card readers. All a thing we do now.
Mm-hmm.
That was all in there.
Sure.
All right.
Card readers were around in 1983 or 84, though, weren't they?
Were there?
80 or 80. When did it come out? 86?
I don't think you could do. Let me think about that for a second. 86,
like not
87?
no RFID stuff, but like you would swipe a card, wouldn't you? Back
I guess
then,
you
or
had
was
credit
it all
cards
like
and stuff, didn't you?
It had to be. I don't think you had the little.
Oh, we need to find out. This is a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know now that I think about it. Were there card readers? I feel like I saw movies that people's security cards were card readers. I know, like by '92 that was true, because they had card readers in Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Right.
All right.
I think the Morningwood. I think the first movie came out in 1985.
Five. Correct.
Yeah.
Marty, we got to get you back to 1985.
It was totally 85. I remember that because that was. Here's another one. Biometrics. While people are identified with their eyes and scanned in the film and other biometric technology, today people can use their fingertips to unlock their phones or check a 24-hour fitness gym or check into one. So biometrics, that's a thing. That's a thing. That's a deal.
Sure.
3D technology. In the film, Marty McFly gets a fright on the street by a 3D hologram of Jaws 19. Here's something they got wrong. That there'd be 19 of those movies. Why would we think that?
James Bond is the only thing that's had like 19 sequels.
Yeah,
right.
Man, nobody does more than that. 19. That's what that song's all about.
No, 19. No, but I'm surprised there hasn't been a reboot. Aren't you? Like, you think back, Jaws is like ripe for a reboot.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's time. Why not?
Sure.
Get Spielberg involved even. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
There's probably some reasons why not. But
don't need to use a rubber shark anymore. No more Bruce.
No more Bruce. All right. Flying cars.
Sharknado 19. That you'll probably see in like 3 years, Captain Kipper.
Yeah, that's true. Flying cars, aka or / hovercrafts. Those actually happened. Hovercrafts happened.
Right.
But not everyday cars.
No DeLoreans.
Yeah, that'll come eventually. Self-lacing shoes. It says this is happening. How is this happening?
I don't think that's happening.
Back in February, Nike shoe designer Tinker Hadfield says he hoped to have self-tying sneakers. He says they might.
Tinker Hadfield.
Tinker, come on out here and have a look at these shoes, see? He says he hopes we'll see them one day. Well, that's not the same as it happening.
Right.
All right, fax machines and phone booths, it says. Though fax machines and phone booths seem to be widely used in McFly's future, cell phones and emails have replaced their use today. So that's the thing that got wrong, I guess. You know what no one's addressing here, Brian?
What?
How
the lack of Crispin Glover?
That and how terrible the second movie is. It's
yeah,
not great.
It really was.
It's
the
opposite
see, like
of good.
the premise, I think was good. The
Yeah.
premise was sound.
All right, it was okay. Yeah.
But getting Leah Thompson and especially getting Michael J. Fox to play the daughter version of Michael J. Fox,
Yep.
just took you right out of the movie.
Yeah, it's bad.
How do they have several generations of this family? They keep marrying outside of the family, yet the children all still look like Michael J. Fox and Leah Thompson.
Yeah, it's redonkulous. It's a dumb movie. 3, awesome. The Western is fun.
Yeah, it really is.
Plus that kid points at his wiener, which is pretty fun.
These are my sons,
These are my kids.
Jules and Quit pointing yourself, Jules.
Quit touching yourself. I told you. That's your dirty place.
That's Jules's junk.
Where? Right there. He's pointing to it.
Great Scott.
Harry's is sponsoring today's show. Harry's helping you shave for cheaper. Oh, I love these guys. The holidays are over. It's time to start good habits and save money. Harry's is here to help. Oh, man. I want you guys to go check them out. They make really good, high-quality blades. German engineered. Yeah, we have these blades. They are the best. I believe in German engineering. I really do. It's like a thing I hear about and go, oh, well, I'm in then. Because they actually do know what the crap they're doing over there. They're awesome. If you don't want to spend so much money on those Gillette replacement blades, and I know you don't, then don't do that. Okay? Go get something like, I don't know, the Winston set, which is what I have. It's awesome. I love the price. It's a fraction of what I would pay for Gillette Fusion or any of those other wacko deals. Be awesome and go check them out. It's at harrys.com. That's HARRYS.com. And get $5 off your first purchase. Enter the code MorningStream when you check out. That's harrys.com. And for $5 off your first purchase, the code is MorningStream.
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
It is Celebrity Poop, and it's, again, not brought to you by anybody.
You have to come up with a new way to intro without.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting, and then I'll go look, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not there. Movie box office has dropped 5% in 2014. What the hell is going on? 5% down.
5 whole percent?
This is a big year. We had, well, I guess we didn't have the big thing. We didn't have Iron Man, no Batmans, no
we
James
had
Bonds.
Captain America Winter Soldier. We had.
Was that this year?
We had another Spider-Man movie. We had
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy was huge.
It was huge.
It was huge.
Didn't we have Frozen was the holiday before.
Right.
What else was big? There were other things, right?
Seems like it. Yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking on what all the other things were. But anyway, it says this. A media analyst named Paul Dergaberjigadan.
That's exactly right.
Dergajerberdian. How would you say that? Dergarabedian.
Wow.
That's a rough name.
Star Trek planet or actual planet?
He says, this was the most flabbergasting year ever. Really?
Of course, what else would you expect a guy named Paul Durgabergarian?
It says the good news is that the movie business had a great year in 2013. That one was a record breaker. The bad news is in 2014 it was measured against that success. There were some blockbusters such as Guardians of the Galaxy, the Lego Movie, Maleficent, or Maleficent. Many of the big films and sequels didn't give off loud of a bang. Movies such as The Amazing Spider-Man and The Hunger Games put up impressive global numbers, but showing some signs of age when they couldn't match the domestic grosses of previous installments. So, bottom line, not a good year. But I don't know, 5%? Come on, guys. You don't have to kill it every year. Next year,
Right.
you know what? Guess what? 2015, you're gonna kill it.
Exactly.
Quit worrying about it. You got your Superman versus Batman. You got your Star Wars, for hell's sakes. Avengers 2. Like, you're not. Relax. You're fine. You'll be fine. The Razzies got leaked.
The Razzies, oh no!
Yeah, don't eat too many raspberries. You'll start to leak.
Can't wait to see what movies end up on the Razzies.
Well, they got leaked early. These are the worst films of 2014. Forget the Oscars and Golden Globes. The only movie things that are worth looking at are these. And they'll be presented in February in Los Angeles, right around the time the Oscars are. Maybe the same weekend, I think. Let's take a look here at what won. Here's the short list. Transformers Age of Extinction leads the pack with more than nine nominations. I think we found a nomination. Closely followed by Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West. 8 nominations. Did not do well. Did you see that? I can't remember if you saw that.
A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did see that. It wasn't. It you know what? It felt like a Seth MacFarlane
joint
deal. Yeah.
You know.
He's just not. There's something about him that's just not leading man material, and it's this this like frat boy, I'm in on the joke kind of smirk he always has.
Yeah.
That even when he's playing someone who's being sincere, when he's acting as somebody sincere, you still don't believe what he's saying.
Yeah, I think he's better off writing and building projects and things like that Ted movie and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I still haven't seen that either, but
Liam Neeson's pretty funny in it, though.
Is he? The fact that he's in it at all is funny.
Yeah, right. And Charlize Theron. I mean, it's a great lineup. But
yeah. Well, they had a hell of a cast.
Yeah.
Well, Transformers is leading and probably will win. So watch for that. In the other categories, there are worst actor categories for both Seth Rogen and James Franco, and its film, The Interview. That's not looking good at the Razzies. Other nominated dreadful cinematic blunders include I, Frankenstein, Noah. I liked Noah. What are you talking about on here? Noah was weird. Noah was super weird.
Right.
But I wouldn't call it a bad movie.
I do like how they've got a category called worst remake, ripoff, or sequel, and Noah is at the top of that list.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Winter's Tale and Transcendence also on that list. So anyway, there you go.
Annie,
come on. I haven't seen Annie yet. Is that out? I didn't think that was out.
Yeah, it's out. It came out earlier last month.
Did it not do well? I guess it didn't do well. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Annie is not doing well. Yeah, 27%. That's too bad.
Wow. No, it's not good.
I like the old 80s one. My sisters were all into that at the time.
Wow. Selma has 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but it doesn't come out until the 9th.
I hope that helps because that's on my winter movie draft. Because,
really?
Well,
cool.
In place of the interview, but we made the change before the interview got then pushed to some theaters. But I still think I'll do better with Selma because even the money they made it was such a limited run for the interview.
Yeah,
that's not going to amount to much. All the money came from rentals and like iTunes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I there's no real value. I think I'm happy to have Selma on my list now. It's fine.
Cool.
I'm still
I'm looking. Yeah, Imitation Game. I think I've got to see too. That's a 90% Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, they like that.
Wow.
That's your Bumber Snitch Cumberflutch.
That's right. And Foxcatcher. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there that's worth seeing.
He truly passes the Turing test. Squarespace.com sponsoring today's program. I love Squarespace because Squarespace said this. This is what they said. They said, look, you don't like building your own websites, people. It sucks. It's hard. It's a pain in the butt. You don't want to learn to be a coder, and you don't want to hire out to somebody who you don't necessarily know, but he might do an okay job, but he wants 30% up front, blah, blah, blah. All these pains in the butts part of making a website for your thing. And it may not be that you want to be, I mean, it's one thing if you want to be a web guy, great, go do that. Sure. But if you want to be a photographer, you just want a good portfolio, you shouldn't be required to go learn everything there is to know about HTML5, PHP, and freaking Python. How about instead you use squarespace.com, where all the tools are there, all the templates are there, all the customization is there, and all you got to do is be smart and just go click on stuff and move it around. It's amazing. I want to give you some a deal though, so you can go try it out. There's no credit card required. Just give it a shot. See what you think.
Deal?
Well, here's the deal. What kind of a deal? I'm going to give you 10% off your order.
Whoa!
Yeah, 10% off by using the code MorningStream when you do sign up over there at squarespace.com. That's 10% off. And again, try the trial. No credit card required. Only pay if you like it. I think you will. That's squarespace.com and the code MorningStream. We're going to take a break. When we come back, major spoilers, V for video games, and your emails. Before that, Brian will play music.
Certainly. All right. Well, Jason Reef emailed in, said, "Dear Scrub and Bubbles, January 4th marks my last day as a full-time carpet cleaner. Yay! 2 years ago, I started Freestone Media, my own audio and video production company, and now it's time to put my energy into working for myself. U2's Where the Streets Have No Name has come up at the beginning of various chapters in my life, and I would love to hear Derek Webb's version as I take this scary leap in my career this week. If you could play it, that would be great. I want to thank Scott and Brian for helping me get through many days of mindless service work since the very beginning of TMS. Love the show, though. Jason Reef."
Thanks, man.
Well, certainly. Happy to do that, and congratulations as you embark upon this new journey. You're going to feel so rewarded working for yourself like that and getting away from the drudgery of carpet cleaning. Guarantee it.
No offense to anyone else who's carpet cleaning and enjoying it.
That's right.
Yeah.
The rest of you who do carpet cleaning, enjoy it. It's a great career, and have fun with it. So in 2010, this guy, Derek Webb, did this project, this online project on his website, derekwebb.com, where he asked his followers, his subscribers, to pick songs for him to cover. And they would do, they would pick these songs and he would record covers of them. And then at the end of the year, if you were a subscriber, it was almost like a pre-Kickstarter, pre-Indiegogo kind of thing. If you were a little paid subscriber to his website, then you would automatically get all these covers as he released them. And the project was called Democracy. He did a second one, Democracy Volume 2, the next year. Hasn't done it since, which is a bummer because I really like his takes on things.
Yeah.
But as part of his first volume of Democracy, he did this great cover of U2's Where the Streets Have No Name. Here's Derek Webb and the U2's Where the Streets Have No Name.
Take
I'm impressed. This way, I wouldn't have to worry about getting to the library. It's right in my own home.
Day and night.
All right. Well, since this has turned out to be a Britannica commercial, I guess you're going to tell me how somebody could get a set.
Actually, I thought I might, yeah.
And I suppose you're going to throw one of those 800 numbers up on the screen. Am I right?
Might as well.
And there it is.
To find out how you can own the Encyclopedia Britannica, just call this toll-free number and we'll send you this free booklet telling you everything you need to know about your key to the information age.
I'm typing it into my computer so I won't forget it.
Good.
I'll blow them to bits.
The morning stream. Rambling goes in, podcast comes out. You can't explain that.
All right, we're back. I hate the Britannica kid. Ugh.
And there it is.
And there it is. I hope you get beat up at school, buddy. Now, don't take that as Scott being a proponent of pro-bullying, okay? I know we live in 2015 where everyone gets offended by everything. I'm a little tender from some instant stuff that happened.
Oh, really?
Patrick let his French flag fly a little bit and lumped, basically compared Gamergate people to, let's call them a popular conservative political wing. And did so in kind of a blanketed way, and we're taking all kinds of heat for it. But whatever. It's Patrick. It's Patrick. It's like, look, you and I assume that no one bathes over there and they all eat cheese and wine every day, right? Well, that's obviously not true, but we believe it anyway. So we're even. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, well.
What can you do? We're going to call, that's what we can do. We can call Steven Schleicher.
Water off a duck's back.
That's right. Here we go. Mr. Schleicher himself going to enter the room ever so gently and quietly and awesomely, and here's his theme. All the way from the Kansas City streets of Kansas City.
Kansas City, dude. That's like 5 hours away. I am closer to Bryan than I am to Kansas City.
That's true. That's a good point. It's also, this should be the name of your new album. I'm closer to Bryan than I am to Kansas City.
It's a blues album, I believe.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So wait, what is your town? Where do you live? Give it to us.
Hayes, Kansas.
Hayes,
Hays.
Kansas. I'm going to remember that next time.
Yeah.
Purple Haze.
Oh, my wife has entered the room. What's up? Oh, you just have picked one? Oh, we can't tell anyone yet.
No, don't tell anyone.
Okay. How you doing? You all right? Good. Thanks. All right, bye. We kissed for the camera. All right, listen.
Oh. Way to pull a Johnson there. Oh, we can't tell anyone yet?
No,
okay.
Can't tell anybody yet. Steven, it's good to have you back, and Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you had a refreshing holiday break.
We did. Yeah. It was nice and long. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, my kid is still home for one more day, so it's a little bit too long.
Yeah, maybe for the kids a little bit. My kids were grumpy to go to school today, but there was also kind of a feeling of they're glad to kind of be back to it.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that they're going, and that we can once again endeavor to be good academic examples, I suppose. Steven, you're here to talk about the nerdy things of the week, things that have happened since we last spoke.
There's a lot of things since we last talked.
I know, and things have gotten a little dry toward the end because that's how it goes toward the end of the year. But man, all kinds of stuff popping today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of them. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is the #1 moneymaker of 2014. Who would have guessed?
Yes, let's talk about that. So you were talking earlier about the 5% drop. That's a $700 million difference than 2013, just so that we kind of know how much 5% represents. Guardians of the Galaxy made $330 million in the U.S., made $772 million worldwide. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy #1 in the U.S. Box office, which is great, followed by The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1, Captain America the Winter Soldier, Lego Movie, and Transformers Age of Extinction coming in at number 5. Why mention that stinko movie?
Yeah, why do that?
Because it was the #1 moneymaker in all of the world in 2014.
Wow.
It's the only movie that made over $1 billion in 2014. And if you're wondering why Michael Bay doesn't give a crap what you think and he's going to make another Transformers movie, it's because it made $1 billion in 2014.
Yeah. See, this is the thing that happens. And I was just thinking about this last night. The internet has a way of thinking it knows best, and when something crappy comes out, we're all so sure that it sucks and that that's all it will take for it never to come back again. But clearly, the thing makes enough money that doesn't matter at some point. Like at some point, I mean, eventually maybe you hit diminishing returns and people just get tired of seeing it. But at some point, if it's if you're gonna make enough Jason movies back in the 80s, they weren't making those because they were good. They made them because people flocked to them and paid money to see them.
Yeah.
So,
weren't there 20 Halloween movies?
Yeah, right?
No.
Hold on.
What was the one with Jamie Lee Curtis came back?
Well, that was the 20-year anniversary.
Oh, that was
one.
a 20-year anniversary. Okay.
Yeah. But there's still
Age 20 or whatever.
There's probably
it was.
like 8 of them at least, or 9.
Oh yeah. Oh, and there is a fan movement to try to get the remaining Jaws movies made before the end of the year.
October?
yeah.
Well, maybe we could just rebrand some of the other shark movies. So Deep Rising would be Jaws 6, and Sharknado would be Jaws 7.
If I had the time and I had a bunch of money in the bank so I didn't have to pay for bills and things, I would just make a bunch of short films and do that on YouTube and then make it a YouTube sensation. But I don't have time.
I think that's what fans are trying to do.
Oh, God, that would be okay. That is the $1 million idea. Maybe not $1 million, but that is the YouTube. If there's somebody out there who's saying to themselves, "I sure wish I could go viral on YouTube," that would be the way to do it.
That's about that's $1,000 idea, I'd say.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's about right in today's dollars. Yeah, I'd watch all those. That'd be fine. That's a good idea. I like it. Well, so there you have it. We did well domestically with Guardians.
Yeah.
But the Transformers took over the world.
Yep. And if we were ranking them worldwide, it would be Transformers, Guardians of the Galaxy at number 2, Maleficent number 3, X-Men: Days of Future Past at number 4, and Captain America: The Winter Soldier at number 5.
I always forget to include X-Men in this year's movies. I felt like it was last year, but obviously it's not. It was definitely this year. Well, yeah. Do you agree with me that 2015 is just going to cream this year?
Oh, I think when you've got a new Avengers movie coming out, you've got the Star Wars movie coming out, I think we're going to see probably at least a 10% increase from 2013. So that's a 15% increase overall. Yeah. I mean, you can already sense it right now. Star Wars is already the most anticipated movie of 2015. It kind of feels like, what was it, 1999 all over again, or 2000 all over again, where we were waiting Phantom Menace. And that movie did huge numbers in the box office, even though it wasn't that great. I think we're going to see that exact same thing happen again this year, and people are just going to flock to the movies. And we've got so many other good movies coming down the pipe that this is going to be a good year to go to the movies.
At some point, if a movie's bad enough, though, the return on the sequel usually reflects that. And I feel like Phantom Menace to Clone Wars showed that. A pretty big dip. I still made a ton of money, don't get me wrong. But in Star Wars numbers, though, it was a pretty big dip. It's interesting that Transformers doesn't do that.
No, and it's, again, worldwide. I think I didn't do all the numbers, but if I remember correctly, China had a big stake in the Transformers movie, and so that may have contributed to the bulk of the ticket prices coming in. But typically, you're going to see about a 20 to 30% drop in box office results from sequel to sequel.
Yeah, China have a big stake in everything now, I feel like.
Yeah, yep. Don't they own AMC?
I get xenophobic when I and I shouldn't, because this is just the way of the world and it should be fine. But they've got a lot of money, and every time I hear about, China's got now owns 60% of everything, and I'm like, well, shit.
Well, I thought that AMC Theaters was owned by a Chinese group.
They probably are, and it's now A stands for All Movies China. It's the AMC. There you go.
There you go. Wow.
That's exactly right, isn't it? Hey, the new Ant-Man trailer is here, and you can barely see it. So zoom in.
That was a funny little gimmick that Marvel and ABC threw out last week. I think fans reacted negatively to it. They're like, "Oh, we get to see our first Ant-Man trailer. What the f is this?"
I think it's funny.
Because it was a big promo for Agent Carter, which is where they're going to show a much longer bit tonight on ABC. Tomorrow night. Sorry.
Yeah, the 6th. That's right. Yeah.
But it is, I don't know if they bowed to pressure or what, but they released a human-sized version of the trailer this morning, or last night, and so you can see it much bigger, and it's very quick. It still looks very cool.
Yeah.
There looks to be some, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know if it's Hank Pym's secret lair or whatever. Things kind of have a steampunky vibe to it for some weird reason. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, I noticed that too. But I've seen the big one. So I don't know why that happened. Did that get leaked or something?
No, that's just full-sized.
That's the human-sized version.
Oh, I see. They put both up then. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But tomorrow you actually get a longer trailer, hopefully with more. Oh, hello.
Hi, phone. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, shut up. So it seems. I mean, I can. Paul Rudd's in there, and stuff's going on, but
I think
they didn't
people
show
are excited
much.
to see this movie too. I mean, if it does well. I think it will bode very well for Phase 3 with Doctor Strange and everything else coming down.
When he's hucking down the hallway in his little suit, because you can tell he's wearing it.
Right.
I don't feel like he's tiny there, though. Is he
No,
supposed to look
no, because
tiny?
those are bookcases. They're full size.
Okay. All right. I was looking so hard at that.
It's a teaser, and it doesn't really give you anything other than, oh, there's Paul Rudd, there's
there's some action.
brunette.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. So bring it, and let's see it.
Yep.
And that'll be tomorrow. So watch for that. And I'm sure that's a full blown trailer tomorrow. I assume.
That's what they said.
This will be interesting
Full
to
trailer.
see. We'll see if there was a chilling factor or not when they released that other trailer too soon for Avengers 2.
Oh, that was an interesting story, and I really liked how Marvel handled that.
But didn't they lawyer up and like fire somebody or something? I thought
they did subpoena Google to find out who leaked the trailer. But I mean, from social media standpoint, they took a hold of that very quickly, and basically the first tweet where they were acknowledging it was like, "Damn it, Hydra!" And then they went ahead and released the full trailer ahead and said, "Well, we're not going to worry about all these other YouTube channels or sites putting up these pirated ones. We'll just put up our own, and we'll get all the hits from it and any revenue."
It was absolutely the smart thing to do.
Yeah,
but if
they handled that really well.
But if they lawyered up and subpoenaed like who sourced it, try to find out who leaked it at the company, I just wonder if that chills everybody at the company. So we will not see a leaked version of the Ant-Man movie. Also, you could argue the Ant-Man thing's a little bit more of an unknown quantity. It kind of has a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of vibe to its knowability. So maybe maybe no one cares and no one will release it early because of that. I don't know.
I could leak that thing, but really, who'd care?
Who cares? And it'll end up being great, and then everyone will love it, and then they'll act like they were fans of the series since the beginning. And the only person I know who can truly say that is Brian Ibbett. He loves Ant-Man.
I do. I really like the whole Hank Pym storyline and vibe.
He's into it, man.
Even you've obviously gone back and read the very first Avengers, where it's just like Hank and Janet are just like, "I'm detecting something. Let's go fly."
With his little big metal helmet. Yeah.
Pretty awesome. All right, now
his great kazoo helmet.
Here's some good news. If you like the game Munchkin, drawn by our mutual friend John Kovalik, who's a good guy, been on a couple of Frogman shows before. If you want the exclusive card that's coming, then you'll want to get the first issue of the Munchkin comic, which arrives January 28th. Who's doing the art on that? It's
this
not
is
John.
Boom Studios that's publishing it.
Yeah.
It's written by Tom Seidel, Jim Zub, and John Kovalik is doing some of the art for the piece.
He is? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and let's see who else. We've got Mike Holmes and Ryan Singh are also doing some of the art as well.
Jim Zub is good. That guy's known for some great writing these days.
Yes, he does Skull Kickers. He just in 2 weeks he's got the Conan Red Sonja book that he's co-writing with Gail Simone.
Yeah.
I've got an early review of it up on the Major Spoilers website. It's a good book. Yeah, Jim Zub is someone to follow. And Boom Studios, I like what Steve Jackson Games is doing because it seems like they're being very smart in licensing their Munchkin property out to a variety of different places, whether it be a comic book publisher like Boom Studios or AEG or some of these others that have like Munchkin Smash Up and Munchkin Gloom and all these other Munchkin tie-ins. They're being very smart about this, and I have a feeling the Pathfinder comic book series did very, very well. I have a feeling that the Boom's Munchkin comic is going to do just as good.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, and it seems.
And you get free cards.
Yeah, free cards. If you're, I guess, my guess is that's a great way to tie this in because you're not going to get a lot of people who are just going to be fans of that comic for it being a comic.
Right.
You're drawn to that because you're into the game.
Mm-hmm.
So why not reward your core audience with the part of the game?
I forget who did it before, but whoever had the Magic the Gathering comic book, they also would release exclusive Magic cards. With every issue of that. So
I didn't know they had issues of that. Weird.
Yeah. This is quite a while ago. It's like 2 or 3 years ago.
Wonder if they'll ever. I mean, Blizzard's into doing comic stuff for their properties. I wonder if they'll ever try to get goofy with it and do something for Hearthstone.
That would be interesting with Hearthstone.
I mean, they already have WoW comics, but I don't know. Maybe that's stone too far, but it's an interesting idea.
Thought. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if they were doing. Hearthstone would be interesting as from a comic property.
Yeah.
But even if they were doing WoW, they could insert codes to get, some free pet or some weapon or something in there.
Sure. I've always liked when they've crossed that over into the real world, and gave you reasons to pick things up. This TCG was that way, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of that real world stuff. As always, these and more real world things can be found at majorspoilers.com as purveyed by Steven Schleicher. Anything coming up you want people to be aware of?
Well, we've been doing a lot more video over at our YouTube channel, Major Spoilers Video. We'd like everybody to subscribe to that. I just posted a new Lego speed build and review of the Lego Ideas Exosuit. And later this week, I've got a YouTube video coming on 3D printing.
Good Lord, man.
3D printing something related to Batman. So you're going to want to go check that out.
Oh, I like the Batman. He's good. He's
Yeah,
good. He's good
he
for
is
a
good.
laugh.
Him and the Spider-Mans are coming over Thursday night.
Still,
Spider-Mans.
I'm still so into Gotham Central. I cannot thank Steven enough for his recommendation of that series. I cannot get
Ever
enough
since
of it.
we've been talking about it on Comic Dorks, more and more people have been like, I've never heard of this series, and I finally picked it up, and oh my god, it is the best.
Yeah.
And it really is the best.
Yeah, it's amazing. So people should be reading it. Steven Schleicher, Major Spoilers on Twitter, and of course, majorspoilers.com. Steven, have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time.
You too, guys. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
You two guys, that'd be Bono and the
You
Edge.
two guys.
Yeah. Bono
Oh,
and
I
the Edge.
can't play guitar anymore.
Oh. I didn't think he played anyway, did he?
He doesn't play much, no. That's what the Edge and Adam Clayton are for.
That's their job. His job is to wear.
Or is Adam drums?
His job is to wear big, goofy glasses and look cool,
And
right?
sing and show off the flag inside his leather jacket.
That seems like his thing. All right, let's get one Veronica Belmont in here. Veronica Belmont, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. How was your holiday?
Good. Relaxing. I can't believe it's like real life again.
I know. You got to go to CES tomorrow. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, no, it should be good. It's only for a couple days, so it's not the mega trip that I'm used to, but it'll be fine. Yeah.
Good. Well, you can go for the fun and leave for the reasons that are good to leave Vegas. Actually,
I'm expecting new TVs there. You think there'll be any new TVs?
I think there could be some new TVs.
I'm expecting new TVs.
I'm hearing a lot about wearables, selfie sticks, things like that.
There's going to be some virtual reality there.
There might be some VR. Yeah. Seems like
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of home automation, a lot of wearables, and TVs. Always TVs.
Well, I'm looking forward to any and all coverage that you provide while you're there. Are you going to do any specific coverage? Are you going there to rep for somebody, or what's your plan?
Yeah, no, I'm working with Intel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'll be doing all of Intel's stage stuff at their booth in the main central area of the show floor. So come on by.
Yeah, come say hi to
Say
Veronica.
hello.
I'm sure we have a bunch of listeners who will be there. So
good.
come annoy the hell out of her while she's trying to work.
Please do that.
V-
Heckle me mercilessly.
Indeed. So V comes on Mondays and we talk about video games because we love video games and it's a great segment and we love doing it. And there's some stuff going on around the industry despite the fact that the holidays sometimes kill things. And we just found out that PlayStation's going to start their Now subscription service like the 13th.
Yeah, really soon, like next week.
Yeah. Excited about this?
Yeah, I think it's pretty exciting. I do not have a PlayStation, but I just think the concept is really wonderful. And there's some good titles. I'm actually kind of excited for people who are going to be signing up for this because even though there's not a ton of new stuff, but some stuff that if you haven't played the backlog of, now is like a really great time to get in there.
Yeah.
And considering it's like, what is it, $20 a month? I think you guys can play $20 worth of video games a month.
It seems right to me. Yeah.
It's a pretty safe bet.
And this is
I
the
would say.
Gaikai streaming service thing that they bought that and then kind of integrated it in. And they've been in beta for a while, but it's streaming games. So, good connection speed's going to be important and all that kind of stuff. But my experience with the beta was it was pretty smooth. And I have decent internet. And I didn't seem to have any trouble with it. I wasn't noticing a lot of artifacting or any lag or anything. And it feels like maybe the second coming of... What was that thing called? On Live?
On Live,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Which,
that was a shame.
It is a shame because in a lot of ways that was just ahead of its time.
Yeah, just the lag was the big issue with that. And I mean, when you're playing multiplayer games online, that's exactly what you don't want to be happening.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, there's all the Pixel Junk stuff is on there. We've got Dead Rising and a lot of great zombie games. I mean, the list is actually pretty huge. If you go over to the PlayStation forums, they have a list of the current list of everything that's going to be available. Killzone 3, all the Infamous titles. So there's a lot of really cool stuff
What
on
else
there.
is cool is they're doing... So this is interesting. The pricing is structured around hourly and monthly options. So, for example, if you wanted to play Darksiders... you would pay $3 for 4 hours, $6 for a week, or $8 for 30 days, and $15 for 90 days. So they have that kind of structure there. But then they have the subscription, which breaks down. Like the one I would get would be the 3-month version for $44.99. That breaks down to $15 a month. No yearly plans offered, though. That's weird.
Not yet. There's definitely a hint that that's going to be something that will become available, or under special circumstances that will become available. But yeah, nothing has been launched with a yearly subscription yet. But yeah, there's so many different plans. It's kind of confusing. But I like that you can play a game hourly or weekly, because how often do you spend $60 on a game? Play it for a week and then you're done. And then that was a lot of money. Yeah. And so I'm not sure how many launch titles are going to go with this, but if you're willing to wait a few weeks or willing to wait a couple of months for the game to come out by its hourly rate or as part of the monthly plan, it might be worth it to you.
Yeah, and they're just getting started with this, so it'll be interesting to see if people will embrace it. The funny thing is marketing, because you and I know, oh, this is some weird streaming thing, and these games are actually running on servers someplace, and it's more like we're getting interactive video, if you really want to think about it that way. And so from a tech perspective, it doesn't seem like we kind of know what's behind the curtain. But I wonder if, like, common everyday people, like a kid going, Mom, can I get the subscription? I can play all these games. If they just see it as, oh, this is just games. It's no different to them than downloading a full game.
I'm sure. Yeah. If they're playing the game, they're playing the game.
Yeah. And I guess that's the key, right? If this works and works well and reliably, then it's awesome. But if Junior, keeps lagging while he's trying to play Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising, he may not be thrilled.
He may not be into that too much.
Yeah.
The game's not playing. Sorry, I just screamed over you.
That's all right. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Brought a certain energy to the proceedings.
Iceworm, can I get that?
Yeah, can you cut that one out? That'd be grert. V, I hope you have a great week over there, and I hope it yields wonderful things for you, and that you have a good time, right?
And hopefully not the CES crud. That's
that stuff always goes around, dude. People get like bum flu or whatever. This week, you always hear like last year it was bad. It was like
scurvy,
some kind of giardia or something in the water. I don't know what it was, but anyway, that's what I hope you don't get.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
It's Veronica Belmont, Veronica on Twitter. Is there anything else you want people to know about? I guess it's the big week, and you'll be there, and people should say hi.
I'm hoping you talked about it a little bit, but we are the next milestone for Tom on DTNS. So if you're a DTNS fan. And want to see me and Scott on DTNS sometime, bump up your subscription on Patreon, man. Make it happen.
Yeah, and tell your friends and get us in there, because I'm pretty stoked about that.
I am too.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And otherwise, just doing Sword and Laser still, and I've got a fun shoot with Cosmopolitan today.
Whoa. Cosmo, are you going to give me the 50 tips to a better love life? What are you going to do over there?
Yes, that is exactly what is happening. I don't know. It's going to be on the website, so I'll share it when it goes live.
Oh, that's
probably
so cool.
For another couple weeks.
That's really cool. If you're not on the cover, I'm disappointed. But
I will not be on the cover.
Oh, all right. Well, 10 tips to better podcasting. That's what I want to see.
That's right.
There you go.
To less pod fading.
Well, Veronica, may your week be filled with sweaty con goers and pink eye from all the Oculus Rift use, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
See ya.
I don't really mean any of that. I hope she doesn't get any of that. This is a huge list of games, and there's Vita games.
Yeah, all the ones that are available. Yeah,
I didn't know they were on Vita too. This. I'm interested in this, especially if you're if you're a fan of the PlayStation hardware. Then this seems like a pretty cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
Still, people are still stinging a little bit from their DDoS and then outage for 5 days.
Yeah, well, and they're trying to do something about that, right? They're trying to give people extra days on their PlayStation Plus accounts and stuff like that.
5 extra days. So they're giving them basically the equivalent of the downtime. Others have, Blizzard has done this, but the part people are mostly angry about is they and Microsoft got hit the same day, and Microsoft and Sony were down that day. But Microsoft was up the next day, and Sony just couldn't get it up, so to speak. And I feel like that's where people are angry, because it feels like they are just not as good at the back end as they need to be.
Sure.
And that may just be because they've traditionally been bad at it and they need to still catch up. I don't know. But or maybe they got hit harder. Nobody knows. And that's also part of the problem, because they're not telling anybody what happened.
Right, exactly. It's all kept so close to the vest that you don't know really how far it went.
Yeah, it's like me saying, hey, Brian, how you doing? I'm okay.
But I'm not going to say any more than that.
That's it. Yeah, you're just going to be all passive-aggressive in the corner. You would never do that. Well, Sony shouldn't do that either. Damn it. All right, that's going to do it for today's video game segment. So let's do some emails. We got some quick ones, and they're brought to you by nobody, so here we go. Just another reminder, frogpants.com/TMS.
That's right.
Jason from North Carolina wrote in.
Okay.
Somebody was mad at us. This isn't the email, but somebody was mad saying we were disparaging North Carolina.
Really? Oh, I thought I said great things about North Carolina. I love North Carolina.
You said you'd
Wilmington
live
is one of those
there.
places that I would move to in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you said if you needed to live somewhere in the South or that part of the end of the country, you would totally
Right.
live in North Carolina. I don't know why they thought we were being
Yeah,
rude.
it's green. It's beautiful. There's
Yeah.
kudzu all over the place.
Yeah, gorgeous. The South is gorgeous. I don't care what you say about it. It's a beautiful place. Sometimes racist. Maybe that's what they're mad at, is because I keep referring to that. That's probably what it is. It's not you, it's me.
Mhm.
It's not you, Brian, it's me.
It's not you.
With the questions asked of J.K. Rowling on Twitter, would it make any difference if those questions were asked by an 8 to 10-year-old? I can see an 8-year-old gaining some validation from J.K. if he finds out there were children similar to him or her at Hogwarts. Just some food for thought, Jason. That's a totally valid point. You know,
Yeah,
part
kids are capable of asking stupid questions.
Kids say the darndest things. Sometimes kids. Okay, yes. Let me say what my bias is. I have a bias here. If I know that some adult is asking whether they were gay people or Jewish people or whatever at Hogwarts, I'm annoyed by that because I feel like they're goading and leading and trying to push an agenda.
They have a different agenda.
Yeah,
Exactly.
whatever that agenda is, a good agenda, a bad agenda, nonetheless, they have an agenda, and that bugs me. If an 8-year-old goes, are there, because he's a little Jewish kid, are there any other Jewish kids at Hogwarts? Suddenly that does change the tone for me.
Exactly.
So I'm fine with that if it's a kid, but we don't know. You know what? This is what you did, Jason from North Carolina. You just illustrated the internet for me. I don't know how old anybody is. I don't know how mature anyone is, and that's half the freaking problem. Is that trolls? Who the hell are they? I don't know. Who's harassing you? It could be 50,
Trolls.
could be 5.
How do they work?
Yeah. What's the deal? What's wrong? Tom Walter wrote in, says, gents, I wish you and your families a very happy holiday season. For the first few years, your gift to me has been all the wonderful programs you produce, which have provided me with hours and upon hours of entertainment, laughs, and more times than you think. Introspection.
Aw.
Love your shows, bros. Tom. Oh, that's nice of you to say,
Thank
dude.
you, Tom Walter.
Thanks, dude. We hope we provided something, especially in the last year. I mean, it was our best year, by the way, in terms of volume.
I think so. Well, this show just keeps getting better and better because,
so.
you know,
more and more
finally
people.
our menses have synced up.
Yeah, me and Brian.
So we're both grumpy the same time of the month.
Yep. We
Anyway.
finish each other's sentences.
Thank you for not doing that thing which seems like everybody was doing, which is we finish each other's, and you
And
pause
then-
and let the other person say it.
See, we also know how dumb that is, both of us.
We really
so
do.
we
Yeah,
weren't gonna
stop doing that, people.
Yeah, quit
and
it.
sandwiches, that was funny 4 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, come on, get with the times.
Exactly.
Hello, sackers and streamers. Oh, this is interesting. It's a film sack and TMS question or statement.
We're half sackers.
This is really, I think this is important because this is a European lesson. Well, it's another part of the world lesson that you and I need to learn, apparently. I'd like to address issues I've noticed on TMS and film sack, says this writer. Georgia. Georgia is a European country. Georgia was and wasn't part of the Eastern Bloc. It wasn't an independent country at the time, but was part of the Soviet Union, which was part of the Eastern Bloc. Georgia is an independent country. Parts of Georgia are under Russian military control, much like Crimea in the Ukraine. All right, so there's some clarification on Georgia.
Okay.
Sweden. Sweden did not steal the Nazi gold.
I want to sing this in like Ray Charles. Georgia,
Sweden.
Georgia is a European country. Georgia was, and then Sweden.
Sweden. It sounds like a Schoolhouse Rock idea.
It does. It kind of like.
This is really great. All right, I'll do it that way.
Just a Sweden.
Sweden did not steal Nazi gold. Looking at you, Scott Johnson. Sweden is not the same as Switzerland. And then he says Finland. Pure statement. The Finns are transparent. Awesome.
Okay, good. At least that myth
Confirmed.
has been bunked.
That's right.
Not debunked, but bunked.
No. You can see their heartbeat like a little fish.
That's right.
Europe. Europe is often referred to as whole when it hardly is. It is a continent of independent nations whose similarities differ. In fact, the nations of Western and Northern Europe have more in common with the nations of North America than their continental siblings in the East. For example, quotes like, the word fanny pack is offensive in Europe makes little sense since Malta, Great Britain, and Ireland are the only English-speaking nations out of the 50 that are in Europe. Thank you for your brilliant podcasts, making light in the dark hours.
You know what all those independent nations that are part of Europe all have in common, though?
Yeah.
They're all part of Europe.
Yeah, they're still in Europe.
They still have that in common. So being able to say Europe still works.
I take his point.
Yeah.
But I take yours more. He says, making light in the dark hours that are aplenty this time of year in the Arctic Circle. He's in the Arctic Circle.
Oh.
Oscar from Iceland. I mean Europe. Thank you for that email. That was awesome.
Very cool.
We have been schooled. If you'd like to send your own email to the show, themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. And while you're at it, visit us on the website, sponsor a segment, do whatever you want. frogpants.com/TMS. If you'd like to send your money in different ways, how about patreon.com/TMS? You can help us work toward our eternal goal of getting the once a month game show happening here on the Frog Pants Network. If you'd like to hear that episode, it is on the feed as well. You can also find us by sending us a voicemail 801-471-0462 is that phone number. You can also find us on Twitter @MorningStream, @Scott Johnson, @Coverville. I think that's it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I have a bunch of meetings today. Today's busy. Today is first of the year busy.
Yeah.
And I've got a ton to do, but there is a Boop show coming out later today, so watch for that. And Brian at 3 will be live streaming his circumcision, so watch for that.
Oh, watch out, cat.
Uh-oh, you got a kitty still?
Got the cat.
Oh, look.
I'm talking on the podcast.
That's not a kitty, though. That's a full-grown cat.
Oh, she's eight months. She's
that's young.
Still really tiny.
All
She's
right.
a wisp of a cat.
Oh, that makes me want
barely
a cat.
barely a pound of cat right there.
I want a cat until I realize they poo a lot, and then I don't want a cat.
Yeah. This is true.
I'm glad that you glossed over my circumcision comment completely. I love that you missed that completely.
I heard it.
I think
I
that's
did
amazing.
hear it. I just
let it go. Just let it slide.
Yes, exactly.
Let it come in the door, make its ugly presence, and then slowly move out the back door.
I will distract the internet with pictures of a cat while
Perfect.
Scott talks about circumcision.
Sounds about right. All right, Brian will now regale us with music because we like that. What is it? What are you doing?
Sure. Well, Ryan Royce wrote in. Here's an exciting one. Dear Brian and Scott, on New Year's Eve 2014, I will be proposing to my amazing girlfriend, Angela.
Whoa.
Hopefully on the 1st or whenever you guys have a show after New Year's Eve, I will be happily engaged to the love of my life. I'm asking if you guys could please play Faithfully by Matt the Electrician. We both love this version of the song, and if I get my way, it'll be our song at our wedding. Sure hope she says yes. Either way, love the show, though. Ryan.
I hope so, too, dude.
Well, Ryan, they say that the road is no place to start a family, so I hope you can get off the road
before you have one or something.
Something, yeah. This is great. This is Matt the Electrician from an album that came out in 2009. Of course, a cover of the Journey song from his album Animal Boy. Matt the Electrician and Faithfully.
All right, let's play it. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new show. Jury, Bill, everybody, be here or be square. All right, that's it. Here you go. Bye.